What is up, everybody? Escape211 here, and it is anniversary time for Plarium, so that means they're doing some extra or added stuff in the game. As we know, there are this kind of stuff that is going on, and there is an event crate rush for Eclipse that is going on. They have a few other things here and there, so I wanted to talk about some of them. This isn't a whole lot. I actually considered doing a short, but I think it'll just take a little longer than 60 seconds to address, so I wanted to do it this way. But first up is some free stuff. If you are able to go to Plarium, the Plarium Play or your Plarium account login on a browser, you will be able to go into the store and claim this free stuff. So if you sign into the game with Facebook or something like that, it is worth making a Plarium account like you can do on their website, or you can even do it in-game and then link it to that and then go to a browser and sign in to the shop and claim this free stuff. They do this every so often, so it's worth doing just to get free stuff, and sometimes it's acoins, so it is worth doing if you can do that. So definitely do that one. I will put a link below to the Plarium store just so you guys can link into that. Now, the important stuff, the good and the bad here, all right? We finally have Eclipse available for us in some fashion, and it is in a dreaded event crate rush, all right? This is not necessarily ideal. This is not what I expected or wanted for Eclipse when they talked about it being in the anniversary. I was hoping it would go on the Gear Hub or be in some kind of PvE event, which sometimes then goes in the Gear Hub. And if you notice on their socials, they just announced the next PvE event, and it's not going to be for Eclipse. It's going to be for killshot. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, let's talk about this Eclipse one just because this is a potentially good one. A lot of people have been asking me about it, and I understand why. Many people want Eclipse. It is probably considered the top mech in the game, if not one of the top, all right? So for that, it is worth looking at. The difficulty is that this one is skewed. Not a big surprise. I actually don't know how badly it's skewed just because I already have Eclipse. So if you guys don't have it, you can tell me in the comments below, but I'm guessing it's either at 0.03% in the same that these legendary blueprints are, or even worse than that. The good thing is that they are all limited rewards, at least, so you will eventually get him, but you basically need to have the full amount, which is 12,000 acoins to be able to make sure you get that. I'll say that again, 12,000 acoins. This is ridiculous. I will say there are probably very few people that stack that many acoins, all right? If you're stacking a ton, you're doing it to buy something that is going to be less than 12,000 acoins because nothing is this expensive otherwise. So it's very frustrating that they make it this high. I know it's here for about a week, but that is ridiculous to make something that expensive to make sure that you get the item. However, in saying that, there are some people who have that amount. Not a whole lot, but I actually, heard from a couple people that had enough, and they were asking if you should do it. For me, this is what I wanted to tell them as well as you. It does seem like it is worth it or close to it. If you go onto the Gear Hub, you will see that this, even though obviously it's not available, other things that are available here are for acoins are 9,375 acoins, all right? So already out of the box, he's pretty expensive, but he does come, or would come, just like the other ones, as a 5-star unit, and this is only 4 stars. So you do have to consider rank up cost as well, which is 2,825 acoins, I believe. So you not only have the 12,000 cost, you have that rank up cost attached to it. This is getting more expensive, guys. This is crazy. You also have to consider, though, that you are getting extra blueprints. You're getting, I think you need about 10 for going from all through level 4 to get up to rank 5, and then you'll have these extra ones for probably about halfway through the levels on rank 5. So that is something to consider. These are extra blueprints. These are not easy to get to, so having the extra ones and you're paying for them up front isn't, the worst thing in the world. And the amount of credits you get here is probably fairly close to 1 million. It's about 800,000, and you'll use about 250,000 for doing your rank up. So you end up with 550 to 600,000. It's actually closer to 600,000 that what you have left over. So the value is pretty similar. If you were to wait until you get it on the Gear Hub and consider the extra blueprints and the credits you get, it's probably about 13,000 acoins. But if you do it this way, you're spending a little bit more upfront, but you're ensuring that you get Eclipse. So it's kind of looking at it that way. This is a little bit more expensive than you would do it naturally. We have no idea when Eclipse is going to be available, and getting these extra blueprints, especially if you're someone that doesn't easily get these, can be very, very very helpful and useful to get up front and might be worth the added cost. So that's generally where this sits. It's really sad, like I said, that this isn't something that's like available in PvE, only because when we did PvE events for the Scorpius one, the items that were in there that were paid items at a time then came up on the Gear Hub. So I'm guessing, you know, if this was a PvE event instead of an event crate rush, this would make Eclipse available on the Gear Hub, which is the ideal way, in my opinion. But this is just the situation we have, which is sad. But I wanted to explain all of that in a short video just to give you guys an idea. So I hope that was helpful. You guys can let me know your thoughts, or if you have other questions, feel free to put them below, and we will see you out there on the battlefield.